Let's talk about, though, potentially the coolest official visit content I have ever seen on this app, in this universe. I don't know what to tell you. Now, a lot of schools, just about every school now, at least at the Division I level, you bring a kid on campus, you're getting the photo shoot. You're going to put the gear on, you get the photo backdrops. You're probably going to have some crazy props. We'll look at some of those in a minute. This takes the cake. This is next level shit. As someone who is a content creator who does it at the college level, albeit at a Division II school, this is wild, the dedication that goes into some content like this. Take a look at this video from a recruit and his official visit at USC. Are you kidding? And it loops? Okay. I'm gonna take the audio off for you. Y'all can see, y'all can just let it, I'm gonna just let it loop. Because that is beautiful. I'm gonna let it loop for y'all. I'm gonna take the audio off so I can talk on this a little bit. This is incredible. Obviously, this backdrop and everything is not real, but the fact that they're having some kind of template, that they're compositing this guy into this location, using and kind of layering these different elements, right? And plugging this all together seamlessly. You got all the trophies and everything. Now, for me, the question becomes how many of these elements are real and how many of them are added in post-production and visual effects. I have no idea. It's done so well. Like, obviously, some things like the lightning and shit, yeah, you know that's not happening in real time. The star, how about the Hollywood star at the end? I mean, this is awesome. And we're talking props. First of all, I know as someone who played with lightsabers as a kid, as a big Star Wars fan, this guy may very well have been on the same track. You saw the way he did the little flip with the sword there. That was badass. Let's get another look at that here in just a second. But the sword is probably one of the cooler props over there for the Trojans. Here it is. Yeah, that's pretty clean. That'll do. That'll do just nice. That'll do just fine. But that video is incredible, and I think two things stand out about that. One is that, holy shit, USC creative team, you guys are killing it. You guys are doing a great job. That's fucking awesome. Like, you're going to get kids who are so pumped to be on the official visit and to have that to put on social media. The other half of me that is a content creator and does this for prospective student athletes at my own institution up here at Northern Michigan is like, fuck you guys. Like, sincerely, fuck you guys over at USC Athletics, because you have just raised the bar. I mean, you can see on camera here. Yeah, it's up there, pal. It's up there, right? You have raised the bar so exponentially high for every other program. And yeah, there are other, Power 4, top caliber squads that I'm sure could pull this off. There's a ton of talented creatives out there. But what happens to the guys at Northern Michigan that get shown this in about a week and say, hey, can we do something like this? Or the dudes at Eastern Michigan in the MAC, right? Group of 5. And they see this and like, why aren't we doing this for our guys? And their coach, shows them that, right? What happens to those guys? You got to say no, obviously, because unless you have the capability to pull this stuff off, because the thing is with this and with official visits in general, if you do it for one person, you basically got to do it for everyone. So when you see with official visits, you don't want to typically do this elaborate format and theme and all these things, because that has to be replicated and duplicated over and over and over and over again. So what you typically see are the graphics and photos, things that can be templatized and just plug and play and have them go out to the different recruits and post. Because I don't think what you guys don't realize either is that a lot of guys going on official visits, they don't even post the shit. You give them the photos, they just sit on their camera roll. So imagine now this, like, if someone leaves this on their camera roll and does not bless their timelines with that, you're crazy. You're absolutely ridiculous. But I wanted to show some of the other, official visit stuff that we've seen from other like top schools. And then we can talk about some small school implications. But how about this stuff from Ohio State here? We've seen like the newspaper and kind of collage background been pretty big. I love this setup from Ohio State with the black helmet. Oh my gosh, that's clean. That's clean. Now, they go take it a step further. Ohio State's got this whole, it's basically a set. You'll see it here. They've got this, like, what is this? Is this, what's his name? Oh my gosh, why am I blanking? NFL commish. Oh, I can see his face, and why am I, holy shit, I'm totally blanking. Is this his basement? Is this his basement when he watched, or when they hosted the COVID NFL draft? Is that his basement right there? Like, they built this whole setup for these official visits. Don't get me wrong, it's really sick. It's homey. Like, it's pretty cool. But it's very different. And we're going to talk all about props and some of those things. Here is an official visit from another big-time squad. This one over at Syracuse, and I'll pull this up. Let's see. Don't need the music on there, but so now they incorporate a little bit of a video aspect. Now I like this style as more of like the behind-the-scenes type deal. Now they got the whole run out and everything. You got smoke machines and everything going. I mean, look at this. It's incredible. You talk about like student experience and like what these guys are doing when they go on visit. What is that vehicle? What is that? That thing is sick. Like, does that ever leave the facility? Does it run? I need to see Coach like driving around town in that. This is badass. The screens behind him. Come on. I mean, this is next level. Siblings and stuff. Got some photos. More cars, bro. They're doing it right, man. They're doing it right. This is ridiculous. Really cool. And then you got like some basic kind of photos and things. But let's finish on more of like the props and deal. This is from Indiana. Just some stuff that I pulled up just today when I was looking around trying to find some things. Indiana apparently rock on over there with the Hoosiers because that guitar is badass. I doubt he plays. I don't know. I'm not going to assume. But that guitar is pretty sick. I don't know what the connection is. It's got to be something with their mantra or their kind of values over there. How about this like rogue sparkler thing behind him off to his left side there? That's funny. But yeah, the guitar is pretty badass. Again, I need to figure out what the tie-in is with that. But official visits, man. Now, it'll be really interesting to see, like, okay, what happens with small school football, right? We've seen a lot of teams embrace the photo shoots. Not a lot of video content because that does take a little bit more, not a little bit, it takes a lot more work from a creative content standpoint. But I think what we've seen is smaller schools trying to think outside of the box to get, a different result, but to be unique. Right, I think, and that's where small schools are not going to have the production value to do all these different things, but what they will have are these different concepts and ideas. Oshkosh is a great example. We did a little feature on them, how they take the kids out on pontoon boats out on the lake right next to campus, have them throw on a jersey, and you're out on the water. The photos were nothing special, but the experience and everything was really neat, and that's something that they were doing at the D3 level that was pretty cool. So embracing all the things that makes them unique and kind of putting their own spin on the official visits, I think we're going to have to see a lot more of that from small schools to really separate themselves. We've been seeing it forever. When you don't have athletic scholarships at the D3 level, you have to do other things to separate yourselves from the composition, and that typically comes in the form of facilities and other amenities for the student athletes, right? Division III teams compete with that in those terms all the time. So we'll see how this different arms race stacks up, if you will, but that's all we've got.